Good morning, folks. Everything new under the sun. The Earth is about 6,000 years old. Now, I'm making a statement. I'm making a claim. It's a faith claim. And how am I going to back that up? Well, today, as part of one of my creation evolution playlist videos, I'm going to bring you just one proof that the Earth is quite young, and that comes from the rock arches in Utah. Now, what I'm going to be reading from, I'm going to link the article to creation.com, where they have a full article on the rock bridges, how it relates to the age of the Earth, and that the Earth can't be more than a number of thousands of years old, because these rock arches would be all gone. That's kind of the gist of it. I'm going to be reading to you, however, out of the Creation magazine. This is the volume 40, number 4, 2018 issue. So this is the most recent issue that I have, and it's talking about the age of arches. So it starts here, and again, this is just one proof for a young Earth, and I'll be providing lots of different proofs. If you want to go looking for proofs of a young Earth, they're all over the place, and this video just deals with simply one of them. Now you see in the image there, that's a rock arch prior to the collapse, and then I think up here, this here is the top left is the image of the arch after after it collapsed. Here's what the article says, and I'm reading from the magazine because it's nice and succinct, nice and short, and it gets right to the point. But this article that I'm going to link has a lot more detailed information on it. It says, the common belief that cliffs and arches have been there a long time and are therefore stable in our lifetime and unlikely to give way under someone standing on them today, the author judged a dangerous view. Probably the most famous example of rock arches in Arches National Park in Utah, United States. Typical of such features in national parks, the explanation given is millions of years of erosion and weathering are responsible to create these rock arches. So the rock arch you see there, let me go down to a few more examples. And so they say millions of years and weathering and raining, etc., has caused these rock arches. Well, Arches National Park has over 2,000 rock arches. 43 of them have collapsed between 1970 and 2015. If you do some simple math on that, it means that the rate of collapse, and this gives a rate of collapse of 1 a year, it means that at that rate, all would be gone in a matter of only 2,000 years if that rate of decay, of collapse continued. At the prevailing rates of erosion from wind and rain, they would all have been gone after only 2,000 years. So is this conclusive evidence of a young Earth? No, but is it supporting evidence to suggest that maybe the Earth is not able to be that old? Yes, absolutely. It goes on. This is thoroughly consistent with the biblical time frame, not with the evolutionary time frame of millions of years, because the Earth would effectively be flat from erosion if it had existed for millions of years, basically. So it fits a biblical time frame, as it easily fits with the iconic features of Arches National Park forming at the end of Noah's flood about 4,500 years ago. So that's pretty much when they were formed, with the runoff from the flood. What do you need to make these? A lot of water, and that's exactly what happened with the flood. However, it is quite inconsistent with the claim that the features are millions of years old. Just 1 million years would give about 1 million collapsed arches, which is 500 times the number of arches still standing. The numbers just don't add up to millions of years, and I absolutely agree. None of the numbers, none of what we see in terms of nature and geology, nothing of which we see related to that confirms millions of years by any stretch. The conditions that form these arches do not prevail today, i.e. they're not being formed still today. So sometime in the past they were formed, probably all at once, and indeed these were formed by Noah's flood. So that these aren't being formed today. So no new arches are forming in the national park. They have not observed it. And this is what empirical science is all about. observing nature around us and observing empirical evidence is observational and testable. And what we observe in the national park is that they are not forming anymore. Again, this is consistent with the real history of the world from the Bible, with arches forming under special conditions that prevailed in the flood or soon after. The Bible's real history makes sense of the real world evidence around us. If you take the scientific empirical evidence, it confirms a young earth day in, day out. So a very simple evidence of a young earth, confirming Noah's flood, confirming about 6,000 years of the history of man on this planet. And there's lots more, guys, but this is just one more piece that you can add to the puzzle to verify, to confirm, to provide evidence towards the fact that the earth is less than 6,000 years old. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll leave it there. Please share this one around, and please subscribe if you haven't yet, and we'll see you guys in the next video.